There's a baby up here this morning, isn't there? This is baby Timothy. Timothy lives most of his time in Germany, but this is also his home and one of his church families. A lot of you have had babies in your family or friends who have had babies. What do babies do? Oh, sorry. What do babies do, Kiara? They sleep and they eat a lot. That's right. They what? They cry. Timothy, do you ever cry? Cry and cry and cry. Anything else? Do they have diapers? Yeah. Can they help themselves when they need to be cared for? Can they like make their own food and do things like that? No, that's right. They need our help. And it's pretty incredible that Jesus came into the world as a baby. And he had the same needs as other little ones like Timothy. He was hungry sometimes, and he cried, and he needed to be burped after he nursed. Bless you. And he needed to be changed. I think it's pretty incredible that when God wanted to change the world, God sent a little baby into it. And even now, Timothy is changing the world, starting with the home that he lives in. He's changed your life, hasn't he? Yeah, in your home. And God will continue to work with him throughout his whole life, just like he's working with each of you. Today, Sophie and David, Timothy's mom and dad, are bringing Timothy to be dedicated. And he is surrounded by other family as well. His grandparents, John and Sandra, are here. His Aunt Eva, yes. And his uncles Ethan and Sam, and his great-grandparents also, and other family members as well. And one of his church families. As we dedicate Timothy today, we're remembering that he's created by God and that he's created good and that he belongs to God. Just like each of you were created by God, you're created good, and each of you belongs to God. We give thanks for him today. And today his parents are offering him back to God and committing to help him grow in his relationship with God, and committing to help him follow in the way of Jesus. And we, one of Timothy's church families, are promising that we will walk with Timothy and with David and Sophie as they raise him up. We're promising that we'll help him grow into the potential that God has placed into him, and that we will be his church family, and that we will always love him. I'm going to invite you, the congregation, to turn to the litany that's printed in the bulletin. I'm going to invite family to come forward, and we're going to stand up. Yeah, we're going to stand up. And children, can you scoot back just a little bit so that some of Timothy's family can join us up here? And let's join in this litany together. We recognize each child as a unique individual created in God's image. We rejoice with you today in the birth of your child, and we are thankful that you and your child are a part of our church family. Sophie and David, God has chosen you to nurture Timothy. You now hold him as a sacred trust from God. Do you accept the trust that God places in you for his care and nurture? And do you desire, with the help of God and the church, to be faithful as Christian parents?
We do.
And we will support by our example and words your efforts to provide a loving and caring home, where trust in God grows and Christ's way is chosen. We promise to remember you in our prayers and to pray with your love and support. I'm going to ask you, Sophie, to bring Timothy just a little forward here, and children, invite you to come and surround Timothy. Children, when Timothy is here visiting and other times during his growing up years, he's going to be watching you. And all of us, or if you need to stand, it's okay, are going to be example and role models. You are going to be the big kids. And he's not going to just watch you to see if you are running around and trying to trip people. You shouldn't, in the hallway. But he'll be learning from the way that you live out your faith and how you follow Jesus. Your kindness to others and to each other, the way that you show God's love to Timothy, all of that will be important as he becomes a follower of Jesus. You are faith mentors. Did you know that you're faith mentors? Yeah. So I'm going to ask you some questions now, children. And if you feel like you can answer, you can say, we will, okay? Children, will you be good friends to Timothy? We will. Yeah, okay. Will you help Timothy when he needs help? Yep. Will you show Timothy the love of God and learn about God with him? We will. They're saying we will, but just with their nods, so. And, okay. All right. You can go ahead and stand back up. David and Sophie, you are surrounded by a faith family who loves you and will be with you each step of the way, even at a distance, but we're so glad you're here. With you as you parent Timothy, and as through parenting you also grow in your own faith, we pray that the life and witness of each one of us will make your task of parenting both joyful and fulfilling, and hopefully easier too. Timothy, can I take your hand? It's okay. Timothy, you are a child of God. You are cherished and treasured by your family and loved and welcomed into this church family. May God bless you and make a blessing to this world. Yeah, he's smiling, but his binky is in there. Julie Gundon has a gift to you on behalf of CMC Mennonite Women, and she's bringing a special blanket forward. Get a nice soft blanket. It has lots of turtles on it. Timothy, we pray that you grow up blanketed in God's love expressed through your church family. May this blanket be a reminder to you and your parents that you are never alone. We are going to sing a blessing now. Please turn to Voices Together, number 832. The Lord lift you up. And children, you can go back to your seats as we sing.